Good afternoon. Let's do this again. Okay, mic check, mic check. All right, let's do this again. Good afternoon. It's January 1st, 2024, and I'm gonna talk about the new year. Um, I don't celebrate the new year anymore. I came to the rationalization that this has happened a billion times. But then I also think about in the human span of life that it's only been, maybe 6,000 years. Modern human uh, existence. So, but since I don't drink anymore, and I don't care to drink, I don't care for New Year's. It used to be my favorite time of the year. I used to have a New Year's party at the house all the time. Um, in the past couple of New Year's, I'm on a carnivore diet hard, and I do a lot of OMAD. So to start my New Year off, came in and fasted for like 36 hours. I was gonna push it up to 48, but for my New Year's resolution, which I don't believe in those either, but just starting actually getting back on track of fasting every day. Not well, and doing an extended fast on the weekend. So my goal is to fast from Friday 10 p.m. till Monday 10 a.m. So or 10 p.m. 60 to 72 hours, depending on how I feel. So that's the goal. But I felt amazing on this fast. I felt real good. I've been feeling weird lately. I don't know if it's paranoia. I don't know if it's because of things going on in the world. I don't watch too much news, but I hear it now and then, and I see some commercials, and I see some of the. It's hard to miss some of the things that are going on. I don't know how real they are, but I watch a lot of YouTube, and and I watch movies when I'm eating, and it looks like the world is headed uh, wherever it is. It's a beautiful world either way, but I think there's a bunch of shit that's being in play as far as. Let me get down to the specifics. I forgot the doctor's name, but he's a famous. Let me go with the Russell Brand story first. He started talking about excessive deaths across the world, worldwide. There's been about a 25 to 30% increase in deaths, not due to COVID or not due to the jab. That's what they're assuming because it started in 2019. The excessive deaths, and the news media outlets are very vaguely touching on the subject. They'll brush by it like it's a traffic accident, minor fender bender, and then they keep it moving. But there are a couple of people in the health sphere, especially in YouTube, who are talking about this. Is a doctor from the UK, and he breaks it down into the science of the numbers, I should say, of what these excessive deaths are looking like. And he didn't give an answer or a cause for it, but recently a friend of mine passed away, and then I was thinking about all the other people that I've known that have passed away, and we brush it off very lightly, like they died of heart disease, they died of heart failure. Every time I see somebody who's not in the optimal health and they pass away, or any type of condition, is just simply It's a simple explanation, heart failure. But this doctor from the UK, he talks about like what causes it. Heart failure is just not something that just comes up. It's just not some magic thing that happens all of a sudden. You got heart failure and you die. Now we understand there are some systemic causes of this, but the underlying factor, like what's the factor of these heart failures and what caused the heart failure? Because heart attacks are severe, yes, but young people having heart attacks and dropping and dying, younger people, if you're in your 60s, 70s, 80s and you're not in good health and you have a heart attack, that's kind of expected. But if you're in not the best health, but by no means like totally unhealthy, like totally horribly like in bad shape, if you're morbidly obese, of course that can be a contributing factor. But I'm talking about people who aren't in the best of health, but will jog occasionally, do some type of workout, whatever. I mean, but they're not in optimal health. But they're not in really subpar health either. They're in that middle line, which most people fall in that category. Not myself. I try to be at the peak, the optimal health. So that's why looking at things like this, so I think it's your duty as a human being to be in the best shape of your life every day, and I try to be. So anyway, back to these excessive deaths and what had me thinking, and there's a lot of censorship going on. It's like trying to get these answers for what's causing these excessive deaths, even trying to get somebody to speak up on it. And I mentioned earlier that Russell Brand started talking about that. It's just like everyone is shunned. Now, I had a discussion with a group of guys that I work with about, your health. And they're so stuck on, a lot of the causes for what causes bad health. And I'm telling them is 99% your diet. I mean, you don't have to actually work out to be healthy. It is good to do. It is excellent. It is almost mandatory that you do that. But I'm saying that is not the cause of your being overweight. The cause is usually your diet. No, the cause is your diet. Because I did it. I've worked out very minimalistically. Like I'll actually train. Funny story. I'm always going to little caveats. I'm sorry, but I'm just getting started on this. I was in the elevator, and I was on a fast, but just my regular intermittent fast. And the guy in the elevator, who a soldier actually in the elevator, he looked young, probably mid-20s. Mid-20s, I think he was a lieutenant or something. Maybe I can't remember his rank. Anyway, but he was like, "Oh, damn, man, what do you, what's your workout regimen?" My wife is asking me this and that, and I just found it kind of odd. And I told him I really don't work out anymore. I don't have a structured workout like I used to because I had to, because I was on some bullshit. I didn't know any better, and I thought that was part of it, that I had to, run 20, 30 miles a week, lift 4 or 5 times a week. It was exhausting, and it hurt. That shit hurt. So I didn't want to go in depth because I feel a lot of people don't listen when you tell them certain things, like subtle things, that you don't have to work out to be in great health. I mean, it will happen naturally. Like some days I just have so much fucking energy where I'm just like bam, bam, bam. I'm just doing so much shit. And but other days, which back to my point that I'm making of these excessive deaths, other days I'm just fucking drained. And I'm starting to feel awkward. Like I'm like it's something. I don't know if it's in my head. A lot of shit is in my head, but a lot of things are actual causes. So this past week I've been off. I detoxed last week. When I say that, take it with a grain of salt. I'm just saying I detoxed, as in I went off all of the supplements, which I don't take a lot of supplements per se. I stopped taking them just to get off of it. Randomly, I do that, and I was feeling weird. I mean, like really weird, like not right. And then I started thinking of these excessive deaths. Now, my theory on the excessive deaths, because there is nothing out on what causes these excessive deaths. And I'm kind of, I mean, the only thing I did with my research, I mean Google, was the correlation that I found was 2019 is when the excessive deaths started, and also when 5G technology started rolling out. So, I mean, I was looking at it like 5G really tells you that it's impossible. I mean, but there was a big uproar about this technology, and I actually ignored it. And my barber, Colin, he mentioned it. Excuse me. He has a lot of like theories and conspiracy theories that he goes off of. So some of them, so I kind of ignore a lot of it. I'm not gonna say I ignore a lot of it. I brush it off. I don't think of it as because it didn't make sense to me. It could have made sense, but and then I'm looking at them like all the people that were protesting against it, like their tinfoil hat wearers, and I don't want to sound like that. I mean, maybe I should, maybe I should be more aware, but I don't know. So that's the only thing I could think of is it was the 5G, and what I normally what I do, like I don't keep TV. I don't have a TV in my room. I don't put any electronic devices in my room because when I go to sleep, this part of my sleep training, I forgot the exact sleep routine, is to when I go to bed, I'm in bed just for sleep. I get up. Now I do meditate, of course, before and after bed. I try to meditate twice a day. But besides the meditation, when it's time for bed, I get into bed and I go to sleep. So, but for some reason, I've been taking my phone with me into bed and watching TV till I pass out, watching some YouTube video or some Netflix or something on the internet till I pass out. And I don't know why. I probably did it one day and then I just got used to doing it. So I said, all right, let me stop that. Let me go back to not watching TV in the bed or keeping all the electronic devices out of the bedroom. And I felt better. So I don't know. I know correlation doesn't mean causation. I understand that, but I know there's been a lot of deaths. I know a handful, more than a handful of people since 2019 that have passed away. And even some that were healthy. So, I don't know. I don't know what it is. But I think we need to start talking about it. I did send some of my friends the clip from Russell Brand. They probably just ignored it. But that's it. All right. So hopefully 2024 It's going to be a great year. I mean, every day is a great day living on this earth. Even with all the bullshit, I love it. I love life. I got a bunch of topics I want to start talking about, so I'm going to be going up and down until I find a niche. I'm not doing this per se for money. If I get some extra little cheese, okay, that's cool. But I do have some intentions of being a digital nomad eventually before AI takes over. That was my biggest fear in 2023. I was in Brazil. I remember almost a year ago I was in Brazil, and where was I in? Salvador. I was in Brazil for a couple weeks, and ChatGPT came out, and I said, "This is a game changer. It's going to change the world." And of course, that came with a lot of fear and uncertainty. It's actually one of the reasons why I started skydiving, because I was it's like I gotta get it in before it's over. Which I'm kind of happy, because I always wanted to do it, so it pushed me. So maybe this AI is not, even though the fear of it, maybe it's not such a bad thing. But 2024, it's going to be a wonderful year. It's going to be even more craziness, but I like chaos, so I'm ready for it. All right, check back in with me every once in a while. I have some stupid shit, or if you got something to say, let me know. I don't know. I just what's on my mind. I got 100 things running through my brain, and I just want to document them, put out to the world. Maybe it'll help somebody. All right.